Today we're going to go over 4 reasons why you are scared of being happy. And I'm going to give you at least one way that you can fix it. So the first reason that you are scared of being happy, or whenever you feel happy, sadness and scarcity tries to creep in, is that there is dichotomy going on in your brain, okay? A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. And this first point is very God-centered, because when the enemy comes, he comes only to steal, kill, and destroy. And that's including your happiness. So whenever you're feeling these feelings creep in, you have to understand that really it's a spiritual thing going on. There's some spiritual entities trying to snatch your happiness away, and you have to fight back. Now, the way that you can fight back is by connecting to God, connecting back to source, because God comes to give you joy, happiness, peace, and soundness of mind. All right. God only wants to give you peace and soundness of mind. So if you're feeling happy and there's something else trying to keep creeping, you have to understand that that's not God. So the way that you can eradicate this why is by connecting with God through things like gratitude. I personally recommend picking up a Bible and opening it up. Even if you're not a believer in Christ, the Bible is some ancient text that holds wisdom that even people who are not Christians can understand and see. So when you go into that book of wisdom, it's going to give you things that you can do to feel happy, to maintain that happiness. So pick up your Bible and express gratitude. Okay, and here's another Bible verse that is also related to this feeling of dichotomy and feeling like your happiness is being snatched away from you. It is that to him, something like this, okay? To him who hath, more will be given, and to him who hath not, even the things which he hath will be taken away from him. Okay, and this is something that I live by, and this is why gratitude is so important. Because when you have, even if all you have is a mason jar with some water, some key lime juice in there too. You see how I added that? To him who had, more will be given. I'm like, somebody might think this is just a little bit of water. I'm like, nah, this is some water, a mason jar, key lime juice design. To him who hath, more will be given. To him who hath not, even that which he hath shall be taken away. It's like, if you think this is nothing, even you having this will be taken away from you. And it's all in your mind. It's like, you think this is nothing, so it's going to end up being nothing, right? That's you taking it away from yourself. So always remember that when you are feeling happy and you're scared that it's going to go away, you're like, oh, I'm too happy right now. What's going on? That's the enemy whispering, whisper in your ear. You need to, and just start saying, I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for this. And you will connect back with God, connect back with the source and the Most High. Okay. The second reason that you are scared of being happy is that you have reached the happiness cap in your environment. Okay. And the way that our brains work is that they're very predictive. So it has all this information and it's always predicting things. It's always just gonna display the world as it is in here outside. So when you're starting to feel happy and there's a lot of good things happening, your environment could be the reason why things are feeling like they're going to slip away, because you can only feel a certain level of happiness in that environment. So let me give you an example, right, of this. So I know for me personally, and I think this goes for a lot of us, when we are at home, we're in our hometown, we're in wherever, if you're health conscious, like you don't want to eat a bunch of pasta and bread and sugar and all these things that are unhealthy for you, whatever that might be for you, whether it's gluten or dairy, whatever it is, you might feel like, okay, when I'm home, like if I eat this, I'm going to be inflamed. Like maybe it's fried foods, maybe it's french fries. I'm going to be inflamed if I eat too many french fries. I can't do this. But you travel, say you're on a cruise ship, or you go to a all-inclusive resort on an island, and they have all the french fries that you can eat. And because your stress levels are low, because you're outside all day, because your environment is different, you can eat all the french fries you want and nothing happens. That's because you changed your environment. Therefore, your brain doesn't have the same set of rules to go by. It's different. And the same thing can go for your happiness. If you change your environment, your brain doesn't have the same set of rules to go by. So you can increase your happiness in this place. You can say like, oh, like I'm feeling more happy. I can feel more happy here. My brain doesn't have anything to go off of. And I understand you're not everyone's about to say, oh, I need to expand and feel more happy. Let me get up and move. All power to you if you do that. I've done that before. You get up and you move. Okay? Because you just like, you want more. You want to expand. But there's other things that you can do to switch up your environment right where you are. So I want you to always remember that God is giving you everything that you need right now. This goes back to the verse I talked about, to him who hath more shall be given. Everything you need is right now. You just have to open your eyes to see it. So you can change your environment. You can switch up the way that your room is. You can explore a new place. You can go down to a new coffee shop to sit and do your work, right? You can get a new job. Change your environment, because you can open up your brain to more happiness. All right. Now, you got to give your brain a place to start from scratch. And I'm just looking at my notes here that I have for y'all, making sure I'm not missing any points. Okay. The third reason why you're scared to be happy is because you feel like you don't deserve it. You feel like, actually, I don't think I deserve this happiness right now. But guess what? That's called imposter syndrome. Now, here's a good example of imposter syndrome that a lot of people might feel. They might be starting a new job. They're qualified down on paper. But when they get there and they're sitting in that room, in that meeting office, they feel like, oh, do I actually deserve to be here? Or say you're an entrepreneur and you get this amazing speaking opportunity. You're qualified to do this. You've done all the work. You're a living example of what you're about to speak about on stage, yet you feel like, am I deserving of being here? Is this really for me right now? That's imposter syndrome. Now, with things on the outside, like getting a new job or getting an opportunity, it's easier to see the reasons that you are qualified to deserve this thing. But when it comes to happiness, which is on the inside, you create your own qualifications for why you can feel happy. And in reality, there's no qualifications, right? A baby is a baby. It is not doing anything. The baby's not doing anything but pooping and sleeping and drinking milk. But do you question if that baby deserves to be happy? Does that baby need qualifications to be happy? No, it doesn't. So it's the same thing for yourself. You don't need any qualifications to deserve to be happy. Now, if you're still feeling like, I get it, but I still feel like I don't deserve it, there might be something inside of you, because emotions like sadness or scared or fear, scarcity, and we'll talk about fear in the last point, can be an indicator of something going on inside of you that needs to change. Right? So if you're feeling happy and this scaredness comes in and you feel like you don't deserve it, there might be a bad habit that you need to change. Because remember, you're creating your own qualifications. So if your qualifications are, I need to be this to be happy, but you're not doing this, you're going to feel that discrepancy. You're going to feel like, ooh, well, if I'm happy and I haven't done this, that doesn't seem right. So you can either say, actually, scratch that. I don't need that. I deserve to be happy anyways. Or you can use that as an opportunity to finally fix that bad habit or that thing that you need to be doing in order to reach your own qualifications. Because remember, only you can make yourself happy. So do whatever you need to do. Work with your brain, work with your body. Now, the last reason number 4, that you might be scared of truly being happy is the fear of failure or the fear of success. Now, people make these, they're very similar, okay, but different at the same time, right? So fear of failure it comes from the past, while fear of success comes from trying to predict the future. So fear of failure is like if you were a child and you had a piano recital and you messed up and you stopped and you just stopped in the middle of it and you were just like, I'm not doing this, and everybody's watching you and you just failed. Okay, fear of failure is like, I don't want this to happen again because I know what that pain feels like. So with this, you kind of have to understand that failure is a part of the process. You need to look at examples of successful people, and happiness, I feel, is up there in everybody's definition of success. I don't think you can be successful without feeling happy. So when you look at successful people who talk about how they've gotten there, failure is a part of it. They want to fail. They literally seek out failure because they know that every failure is closer to success. So I recommend looking at examples of that so that you can actually make your mind aware of the fact that that's the truth. And no matter how bad the failure feels, it's actually a good thing. Another Bible verse, count it all joy when you face diverse temptations or something like that. Like basically when you fail, when things are feeling bad or things go wrong, count it all joy. You're literally getting closer to success. Now, when it comes to a fear of success, that's about thinking about the future. So you might think like, oh, okay, once I get successful, I won't be able to see my family as much, and I don't want that. Or I'll have more expenses and I don't want that. Or more people to take care of, or a busier schedule, and I don't want that. First of all, you don't know what's going to happen. You might be able to get a mansion and hire a bunch of people so you could be around your family more and have less things to do. You don't know what's going to happen. So trying to predict the future like that is going to get you in trouble. It's going to get you thinking all types of things. Of course, you're going to feel anxiety about being happy, right? Another thing about the fear of success is that you have to build your threshold of what you can handle. You have to build your capacity of what you can handle. So if you feel like success comes with all these things, well, that's why it usually doesn't come overnight, because we have to build ourselves up to be able to handle everything that comes with it. God makes sense, okay? So when God plans it out, God plans your success, He's making sure that you're strong enough to hold it. All right? And that is including happiness. So if you're feeling all this happiness, you have to understand that God is giving you all this happiness because He understands that you're strong enough to hold it and to maintain it. If God believes in you, you don't even have to believe in yourself, but you should, because God does. So those are the 4 reasons, or just 4 of the reasons why you might be scared of being happy, why these feelings come in, and some ways that you can fix it. I will see you in the next one. Stay golden.